In the world of baseball, heroes rise and fall. But some falls are more tragic than others. Welcome to CurveballTV, where we explore the untold stories of baseball's biggest stars. Today we're shining the spotlight on a man whose talent was only rivaled by the demons that pursued him. How does one go from being the face of baseball to its cautionary tale? This is Josh Hamilton. Josh Hamilton, born the 21st of May 1981, hailing from Raleigh, North Carolina, was a phenomenon from the start. Born to Tony and Linda Hamilton, he was literally raised with food on one hand and baseball on the other. From a tender age, he played Little League Baseball, and even at high school, he starred as both a pitcher and outfielder. Scouts were already comparing him to legends, even before he graduated high school. As a senior in high school, Hamilton ran the 60-yard dash in just 6.7 seconds, which was clocked at 156 kilometers per hour on the mound. Such an outstanding remark. In 1999, his career took off. In a moment that cemented him as one of the greatest prospects the game had ever seen, he was drafted first overall by the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. Josh Hamilton wasn't just a standout player, he was the one everyone was watching. What no one knew, not even Josh himself, was that this wasn't merely the start of a promising career. It was the start of a battle far greater than baseball. Sadly, before the 2001 season, Hamilton's life took a drastic turn after he and his parents were involved in a car accident. The injuries he sustained required pain medication, which ultimately led to his initial experimentation with drugs. Despite attempting rehab that same year while continuing his baseball career, Hamilton struggled to stay on track. Over the next 2 years, Hamilton's drug use became intermittent but increasingly problematic. Concerned by changes in his behavior, the Devil Rays sent him to the Betty Ford Center for treatment. However, in 2003, he failed his first drug test during spring training. Persistent tardiness to practices led to his reassignment to the team's minor league camp. And by the end of the season, Hamilton stepped away from the game entirely to address personal issues. In 2004, Hamilton was fully suspended from the league after repeatedly failing drug tests and violating Major League Baseball's drug prevention policies. Between 2004 and 2006, his struggles with addiction spiraled out of control. Losing baseball, the game he loved, only deepened his dependence on drugs. Crack cocaine became his escape, consuming every aspect of his life. He would later describe this period as a personal hellhole. It was during a binge in October of 2005 when he hit rock bottom that he finally began his journey toward recovery. With unwavering support from his grandmother and wife, along with time in rehab, Hamilton found the strength to overcome his addiction. He also embraced Christianity, finding a renewed sense of purpose through his faith. In his early recovery, he tried to return to baseball by joining independent minor league teams, but Major League Baseball consistently blocked his efforts. Finally, in June 2006, Hamilton was reinstated and rejoined the Devil Rays. In 2007, he made a miraculous return to the majors with the Cincinnati Reds. But it wasn't until 2008, as a member of the Texas Rangers, that he reminded the world of who he was. The 2008 Home Run Derby was legendary. Hamilton smashed 28 home runs in the first round alone, a feat so incredible it's still talked about today. He wasn't just back, he was better than ever. By 2010, he was an MVP, leading the Rangers to their first ever World Series appearance. It seemed like the perfect redemption story, right? But Josh Hamilton's story wasn't over. In early 2009, Hamilton faced a significant setback in his recovery journey when he suffered a relapse. Photos emerged showing him visibly intoxicated at a bar, surrounded by several women. Reports also surfaced claiming that Hamilton had asked people in the bar where he could obtain drugs. At first, these allegations were denied, with the coach stepping forward to defend him. The coach suggested that the photos might have been taken during an earlier period of his life, back when his addiction was at its peak. However, after a few months of speculation, Hamilton came forward to set the record straight. In a candid admission, Hamilton confirmed that the photos were, in fact, recent and were taken during a relapse. He revealed that he had immediately informed his wife about the incident the day after it occurred, demonstrating his commitment to honesty and transparency. Hamilton also underwent a drug test shortly after the incident and passed, indicating that he had not returned to drug use during this relapse. In response to this incident, Hamilton issued a public apology, taking full responsibility for his actions. He acknowledged his mistake and expressed his regret, explaining the circumstances to his fans and the media. He used the opportunity to reinforce his dedication to sobriety and his commitment to learning from his missteps. As part of his recovery plan and to maintain his accountability, Hamilton began participating in frequent drug testing for Major League Baseball, providing urine samples up to 3 times a week. While this level of scrutiny might seem burdensome or invasive to some, Hamilton views it in a completely different light. For him, these drug tests are not just a requirement, they are a symbol of his progress and a tangible way to measure how far he has come in his journey. Each successful test served as a reminder of the struggles he once endured and the hard-fought battles he won against his addiction. Rather than resenting the process, Hamilton found pride and reassurance in knowing he was staying on the right path. He described the tests as milestones that reinforce his strength and resilience, helping him maintain his focus on sobriety and his life goals. Hamilton's relapse, while a difficult moment in his recovery, ultimately became part of his growth. It reinforced the reality that recovery is a continuous process, one that requires ongoing effort, accountability, and support. His ability to confront the relapse openly and use it as a learning experience highlights the resilience and determination that defines his journey. In 2020, he was charged with physically assaulting his daughter. This was a heartbreaking turn of events for a man who once inspired millions. Josh Hamilton's story is a reminder of how quickly life can change. From MVP to a cautionary tale, his legacy is complicated. Was he a hero, a villain, or simply a man who couldn't outrun his demons? Tom Verducci, a renowned American sports writer, once highlighted a pivotal moment in baseball's hierarchy of greatness, suggesting that Albert Pujols, long considered the game's best player, was rivaled by the emergence of Josh Hamilton. Now, with both players retired, their careers reflect the ever-changing landscape of baseball's elite. While this notion is compelling, it's essential to consider some critical distinctions between the two players before we get carried away with comparisons. Chief among these differences is the fact that Hamilton is a left-handed hitter, where Pujols is a right-handed hitter. This distinction may seem minor at first glance, but it has considerable implications in the world of Major League Baseball. Historically, left-handed hitters have dominated the game's leaderboards. Icons like Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig, Ty Cobb, Stan Musial, Tris Speaker, Ted Williams, and Barry Bonds all batted left-handed. These players weren't just good, they were generational talents whose names are etched into baseball history. But why do left-handed hitters so often top the list of baseball's greats? The answer lies in the dynamics of the game itself. A critical aspect of baseball is the matchup between hitters and pitchers, and here is where left-handed hitters have a clear advantage. The majority of pitchers in Major League Baseball are right-handed, and this creates a favorable matchup for left-handed hitters the majority of the time. When a left-handed hitter faces a right-handed pitcher, they are better able to see the ball coming out of the pitcher's hand, giving them an advantage in tracking the pitch and timing their swing. This advantage may seem subtle, but at the professional level, where fractions of a second determine success or failure, it's significant. Additionally, left-handed hitters benefit from the natural curve of many right-handed pitchers' breaking balls, which tend to move towards the hitter rather than away from them. This isn't to say that Hamilton's achievements are less impressive or that Pujols is inherently superior. Both players have showcased exceptional talent and each left an unforgettable mark on the game. Hamilton's power and athleticism make him one of the most exciting players to watch, while Pujols' consistency and ability to perform at an elite level year after year cement his place as one of baseball's all-time greats. However, when discussing who holds the title of the game's best player, it's essential to account for these nuances. Pujols' success in a right-handed hitter's disadvantageous environment speaks volume about his skill and adaptability. Meanwhile, Hamilton's rise to prominence demonstrates the tremendous impact a player can have when combining natural advantages with exceptional talent. Ultimately, the debate over who is the best player in baseball will always spark lively discussion. Fans and analysts alike enjoy comparing players, dissecting their stats, and debating their merits. But as we consider Verducci's premise, it's worth remembering that the comparison between Hamilton and Pujols is not a straightforward one. The difference in their handedness and the advantages and challenges that came with it played a significant role in shaping their careers and accomplishments. Both players deserve recognition for what they brought to the game. One thing is certain: Josh Hamilton's journey serves as both an inspiration and a warning because it shows that addiction and relapse are something that can happen to anybody, and without the right kind of focus and drive to help it get better, it won't. Talent can take you to the top, but without discipline and support, even the brightest stars can fall. If you want to dive deeper into the stories of baseball's brightest stars and darkest moments, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Here at Curveball TV, we bring you the game behind the game. Share your thoughts below. What do you think about Josh Hamilton's story? Hero, villain, or something in between? Let us know. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.